Yeah, it's strange how all of a sudden Thomas Tuchel got fired and Chelsea fans are getting emotional. Some are saying they shouldn't have sacked him, they should have left him to live long, do a project. And I'm asking, if you're a Chelsea fan in the last 20 years, have Chelsea ever left a coach this long? The answer is no. Roberto Di Matteo won the Champions League and within 6 months of winning it, he was gone already. Thomas Tuchel performed miracles. He did some stuff. I'm not going to be among the banter boys. I'm not a Chelsea fan. I'm an Arsenal fan. So this is not me trying to banter Chelsea or trying to even speak for Chelsea. But let's try and understand some very, very clear factors here. After winning the Champions League, that same thing that happened to a lot of teams after success is that they begin to deteriorate and all that. And the way and manner that Roman Abramovich was, blank off for a war that he did not start, he did not order the war, and automatically losing his club and a new regime coming in was difficult. But before all of that, Chelsea had started, pattering away. There were a lot of things that were happening, and there were no clear-cut direction with the team. So let's start with players like N'Golo Conte, Jorginho, Rudiger, and the likes. One way or the other, you would notice that while they were aging and they have been overworked, there was no clear, sense of saying we want to replace them and these are the players. Let's use Real Madrid as a case study. Real Madrid brought in Camavinga as a replacement for Casemiro, and they brought in Hazard to replace Cristiano Ronaldo. When it didn't work, they already have Vinicius Junior, they have Rodrigo. They were clear-cut plan, like, okay, this is who will come in. And even with Camavinga, they went on to get Chimani. Pardon me if I've not pronounced the name very well. Chelsea were making signings that you question the rationale behind it. If you loan at what's it called, Conor Gallagher to Crystal Palace and bring him back, and then you go and sign Chukwuemeka, whatever his name is, and then you're letting Bill Gilmore go, I'm questioning your direction. And then if it's a rebuild, like, okay, let's start a rebuild process, let's rebuild the team, and then you bring in, you still have players like Aspilicueta there, you are too attached to him that you cannot let him go. You still have Thiago Silva there, and you brought in a 30-year-old Koulibaly, and then you also went and you brought in Aubameyang. It doesn't look like a rebuild. It might look like a balance between experience and youth, but the youth that you have are more injury prone. The Kai Havertz of this world, the Hakim Ziyech, Pulisic, and the rest really don't have it. Now let's talk about result. You can lose 3-0 to Leeds United in the way and manner you lost to them and make them look like they were Real Madrid raised to power 10, because after beating Chelsea 3-0, we've seen Leeds United thereafter. You can also play against Southampton, play against West Ham, struggle, get benefit of the doubt, help from VAR and referee to win those kind of matches, and you expect the owners to be calm. Secondly, let's look at another direction to this conversation. Everybody of the Roman Abramovich era are going. Okay, the Bolly era started, within a very short time. Normally, the end of the season to the start of the new season is between 90 to 92 days. This one took 75 days. So I agree that you don't have all the time in this world and the transfer market didn't go the way you want. But if you want to follow in the tradition of Chelsea, you know that the kind of result that he's been getting lately is the kind of result that gets you fired, especially at the very back end of last season, from the last 15 or last 10 games of the season. The fact that he went further down to even go through preseason and now means that the new owners were patient enough. But I also think that he was a little bit, in his heart of hearts, a little bit attached to Roman Abramovich. And we may not know everything. But I kind of sense that in the boardroom or in the dressing room, they're looking at him like he doesn't have regard or respect for constituted authority. And I think that this is the place that they should go. But that's not enough. Let me bring the reason why I'm doing this video. Remember when Sir Alex Ferguson left, and I said in 2013 that the problem with whoever is going to take over from Sir Alex Ferguson has to be on that level. The Marcelo Lippis of this world, the Fabio Capellos of this world, has to be on that level. If they're not on that level, it's going to be difficult. I remember you thought I was joking. David Moyes came in. David Moyes is not a bad coach, but he's a 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th place coach, no matter how you do it. It's a mental thing. It's not just a physical or tactical thing. When he came in, Manchester United ended in 7th. I predicted that at the beginning of the season. When Lampard was brought in, I remember saying that after that first season, he will be fired in February. People thought I was crazy. No, it's not about being crazy. It's when you coach a big club, there is a certain mentality and attitude you bring to the big club. Now everybody is going for Graham Potter. The most silly excuse that I've heard, I heard that on Talk Sports, I've heard that in Sky Sports and someplace is, at least we will have an English coach in the UEFA Champions League. If English coach wants to be in the UEFA Champions League, they should work hard, qualify the team that they are coaching for UEFA Champions League. Not taking Chelsea. Chelsea have become one of the best clubs in European football in the last 20 years. And this is coming from an Arsenal fan. In the last 20 years, they've become one of the most consistent, the best club, a club that at least every 2 seasons will win a major trophy. Now you bring in a Graham Potter. Graham Potter walks into that dressing room, sits in his office first, look at the pay slip of every player, and realize where it's coming from. He's never had to deal with those kind of players before. It's like going on the street and issuing a check of £1 million or $1 million to a street trader who's never seen past 100,000 naira all their lives. They will go crazy. Things will go wrong. So walking into that dressing room, I don't think that Graham Potter is the guy that they need. Now, if you ask me to suggest anybody, I don't know who to suggest, but there's Zinedine Zidane there who's won the Champions League 3 times. These players will not respect them. This is the era of social media, player power. Graham Potter will have to deal with players doing things that he's never dealt with. Players' family, agents, doing all the dramas that comes in. I don't think Graham Potter is the guy to bring him. But if they do bring him, I think that Chelsea will end in 7th. In conclusion, this is the word I like to use, and I used it on Twitter. No matter how good, how functional a 20-ton truck is, if you put a load of 50 ton on that 20-ton truck, it will go from a very efficient and effective 20-ton truck to a flat-out truck that cannot move because it will break down. And that's what will happen with having Graham Potter. But then they say humans are very flexible. There is no harm in trying. I wish Chelsea the very best of luck, but I think if you're going to let Thomas Tuchel, the Champions League winning coach, go, you should go get a coach that is up to that level. If not, you're just going to waste your time, pay 20 million to employ the coach, and then again fire him done at the end of the season or before the end of the season and pay him another money. Graham Potter will make more money, but I don't think Chelsea needs a Graham Potter. This is my take on it. You might not like it. If you feel you have any comment or opinion, drop it on the comment section. Let's go with it. My name is Ada Fimatue. So I'm going to love to come in the on the sports. Have a nice day. This is my take.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.